Welcome to the Point Second Podcast. My name is James Keeley. With me, as always, is Sammy Schaefer. How you doing, Sammy?
Doing great, James. How about you?
Doing great. Episode 20. Are we doing like 40 this year?
Well, we gotta get to 100, so...
We gotta get to 100.
We gotta get to 100, so we'll be doing at least 40.
Yeah. This is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Election Day.
I was gonna say, that date sounds familiar.
This is a big day in our country. If you're an American, you better get out and vote. Oh, my Lord. And if you don't complain. Don't want to hear it. This one's not voting. I
don't understand the last time I voted for a presidential election. I don't even know what state I'm registered in.
What state could it also be?
New York, Ohio, or Minnesota.
Wow. We'll get into that later. Sammy, we have breaking news.
Okay. Breaking news.
The day of the election.
Yeah.
You got an angry fan mail.
Oh, man. I pissed somebody off again.
Says, it's from Florida. It says the Donald. I don't think it's the duck.
Oh, no. It can only be one Donald come from Florida.
I don't think from Mar-a-Lago. I don't think Donald Duck's living there. He's in Orlando.
Okay. I mean, this is going to be a rough one. I can already tell.
Well, let me just tell you. He ain't thrilled with you.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dear Sammy, what's your problem? You let crazy Kamala totally schlong you on your own show. She pulled down your pants, pointed at your pecker, and said, do they make that an adult size? And then she did her cackle. I call her cackling Kamala, too. That's mine, too.
That's fair.
They like to call her Mamala. Even though she never had any children of her own. That's what people are saying.
Mamala.
Frankly, a lot of people are saying it, Sam.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't remember her coming onto the show and pulling down your pants.
I don't either. I think he's making that one up, but Trump would never lie, right?
No. He's good. If Kamala's elected president, it would be an atomic bombala on our country.
Bombala.
That's mine too. Atomic bombala.
It's better than Mamala.
People are loving it.
Okay.
It's everywhere.
That's a good one.
Sammy, although I'm very disgusted with you, I'd still like your vote so that we can save our country.
Okay.
Do it for America and for a fellow great dancer. He is a great dancer with
he does just the shoulders or whatever. Yeah.
Stop being a total loser. Donald John Trump. Why does he sign the letter like that?
That's a pretty mean way to end the letter. That right after he asked for my vote, tells me to stop being a loser.
You know what though? He is who he is.
Yeah.
He's not sincerely or I appreciate your support. Stop being a total loser.
I may have to go out and vote just because he sent me a letter. I don't know. That was a good letter.
Good luck tomorrow, sir.
Yeah.
45. We'll see how it goes. Today, whatever.
Today, yeah.
Whatever, we're filming the day before. Yeah.
Wow.
Boy, he did not like how Kamala treated you, but I feel like he treated you worse.
I feel like he only brought up Kamala just to make fun of me more.
I know.
He didn't stand up for me in any way.
I know.
He just used it to make me feel like shit.
He did. God. You're not well liked by these famous people.
I don't know why I have this, I got this face that's just hateable by famous people.
A real hateable face. Well, good luck. You're not voting for him or her anyway. So
I'm writing you in.
Please. PTP for president. Sammy, what else is on the show?
All right. RIPQ, SNL Blue, and So Long America.
So Long America. It's been fun. God, I love this country. I'm going to miss it. Is this like the politics episode?
It must be.
We said no politics on this show, but we broke that rule.
I got one thing to say about Election Day, though.
Okay.
Giwi. Screw this. I don't care. I want nothing to do with it.
But if you vote for one, the people that lose are saying that one's going to ruin the country. Mm-hmm. And the other side also says that.
Yes.
So the ads. Did you watch any football? There were ads every 5 seconds.
Everywhere.
Every 5 seconds.
Thankfully, I was at a bar, so when commercial break, I could just look to the other TV or hang out or something.
The Kamala ads, they just attack that he's going to give tax cuts to billionaires. But that's is that the biggest problem?
They all do it.
I mean, there's so many things to bust Trump on.
Yeah, that's true. He's done so many shitty things, and they want to get him for tax.
They're like, he's going to give tax breaks to billionaires. But they're not saying, we're going to give that money back to the middle class and the lower class,
no.
To the struggling families. We're going to clean up these terrible neighborhoods and enrich our schools, they're saying, he's going to give tax breaks to billionaires. We're going to tax billionaires and also tax you a lot more, too.
Yes.
And just mismanage the living shit out of this money.
Oh, absolutely.
And fund war after war after war.
Yes.
In other countries.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd be like, we're doing it. We're killing Russians. Yeah. I love it.
More bombs.
More bombs. We're killing whatever side you want us to kill. We're killing those people.
They're all gone.
And then they want us to be like, why aren't we a nicer country? Just warmongers, all of them.
All of them.
All of them. The Halloween episode was fun.
So on to fun things.
But that's...
Now that we've alienated our whole audience.
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
Nobody watches. The Halloween episode was fun.
It was.
The devil and Ira really guided us through.
I want to say that was a pretty good duo.
Ira the pirate and the devil. The devil himself. Lots of game day drinks. Mm-hmm. I got to come back and say, I don't know if I love that Wednesday's Whopper. I think I'm overscoring things. I'm like, I'm a little too happy with like, this is okay.
So yeah,
I might be harsh.
Because you rated it as a game day food.
I gave it a 6.4. I think,
and you think no
like
more?
It's just there. Because if I'm drinking beers and they put out a platter of those, I'm going to have one.
Yeah, but
it's just barely there, and it was slathered. It was a mayonnaise sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to put that much mayonnaise on it, you're compensating for a terrible taste.
And just there's no pride in it. It's just like, what comes on this mayonnaise?
Well, part of the rating is you're thinking about what you're going to want when you're drunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it skews the numbers a little bit. You're not going to put down a Wednesday Whopper if you're drinking.
No. It's edible, but, like, our standards should be higher.
Okay.
Fast food is typically garbage.
Yes.
It's given us all colorectal cancer.
Oh, easily.
As well as the poor drinking water. That's another thing, politicians. Maybe we don't need all of this floating around in the ocean.
No.
Clean up the drinking water. That's a good start. Give tax breaks to all the billionaires.
Yeah.
Don't care. But make our fucking drinking water better.
Just something. Give us something. Something that shows you actually care about us.
Do your job. When they rerun, too, they're like, all the things I didn't do in the last 4 years, I'm going to do it now.
This time, though, you can trust me this 4 years coming up, for sure.
The
first 4 was just a warm-up. You know, first time's always a gimme.
Yep. Oh, God. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. Everybody wants to know, Sam, do you still have a roommate?
I do. I do.
The overhit on that easily.
Yeah, easily.
What can you tell me?
On air. There's not really much to say. Just I still have someone living on my couch. I mean, she's not the worst person in the world. I watched TV with her last night, had fun, made her cry a little bit this morning. But we have a pretty good balance on good and bad.
You're kind of married.
I think that's the nice thing about it. This is to me like a warm up for when I do get married because I've never been in that situation before. So now I kind of feel like when I do get married, I'm ready.
In every marriage, they're sleeping on the couch and morning cries.
Yeah,
exactly.
It happens. Yeah. So like whenever I meet my future wife, I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're like I had a roommate that snuck into my house one day and didn't leave. Who knows? Maybe you guys fall in love.
You know what? That was the original plan, but I'm just not feeling the sparks. Cupid never showed up.
Cupid never showed up?
No, I think he's busy dealing with election crap that he just didn't show up.
A lot of people are in love with their candidates.
Yeah.
They're like, this one's, they care about me.
Yeah.
She cares about me. He loves me. Oh, my God. They don't care about you.
No, they don't.
They have an agenda. I hope one candidate wins that serves my needs a little bit better than the other candidate.
Yes. Yep.
But let's all just say, hey, if my candidate doesn't win, we're not going to start burning down cities.
It's not the end of our country.
It's not the end of our country.
If your candidate loses.
The end of our country is the apathy that we have and the reactionary ways that we handle disappointment and loss.
Yes.
And we've done pretty good at ruining things.
Oh, absolutely. We need to grow up a little bit.
If we got together and say, hey, I actually am a Democrat, but I'm going to respect the Republican candidates and whoever wins, blah, blah, blah. Or if they say I'm a Republican, I'm going to support Kamala Harris. But we all need to demand more from these candidates. Yeah. We all need to demand more and say, let's get together and say, all right, my guy or girl didn't win, but we're all in this together. Let's make this country great. Mm-hmm. Let's do whatever we can to clean up areas, to make things better, be nicer to each other. put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do that.
No.
They're going to get on Facebook and call you a racist.
You're going to bitch and you're going to just lie about shit.
Yep.
You know, if Democrats would hold their politicians to a higher standard and Republicans to a higher standard, we'd have a great government.
When they just point the finger and go, this one's worse than me, so that's why you should vote for me. Oh.
I love how we set that bar so low. It's like, my candidate's bad, but not as bad as yours.
I know.
It's so low, that bar.
I'm going to miss this country so much. Mm-hmm. So much.
Where are we moving? Where are we moving the podcast to?
Land is cheap in Mexico.
Oh, let's do it. I love Mexico.
Yeah, I mean,
you think I got stories now? Put me in Mexico.
Yeah, they love gringos like us running around there. I mean, you'll buy their drugs. I'm very drug free, but at least they're gonna hate me.
They have shit drugs in Mexico. They send all the good stuff to America.
Oh, do they? That's good.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Just so you know.
Thanks, cartels. You're the best. All right, Sam. Let's talk a little football. Get people out of here. This will go quick, and then we'll talk some more news.
All right.
There may be more politics. The politics episode, everybody. Come on board. College football picks. All right, Sammy.
Yeah.
We were trying to sweep the board. Mm-hmm. 3 college football picks. We're trying to go 3-0. What was the first one?
All right, first up was number 4, Ohio State. At number 3, Penn State. We took Penn State +4, and it was Ohio State 20, Penn State 13.
Such a frustrating game.
Oh,
such a frustrating game.
My God.
Penn State had 2 first and goals inside the 5-yard line. They got 0 points out of it.
Wow.
Yeah. James Franklin is a problem. He's the coach. Would you have known that if I'd said that?
No.
James Franklin is the Penn State head coach. Over his 11 seasons, he has a 1-14 career record against top 5 teams. Yeah. During that time, his team has averaged less than 18 points a game and has a -18 turnover differential. I got suckered into this. I hate both these teams. I hate Penn State more, even though one of my favorite people in the world went there. My sweet nephew is a Penn State grad, but that football team is so frustrating. I can't stand that coach. He is a jackass from Vanderbilt and will always be a jackass, and he sucks versus top 5 teams. They beat up on other teams, and then they absolutely mess themselves when it comes to a good game. Mm-hmm. So I was a fool. 0-1. What was the next game, Samuel?
Next game, Duke at number 5, Miami. We took the over at 54.
This was 21-17 at halftime, 38 points. I'm like, this has got to cover. This should be easy. What was the final?
Duke 31, Miami 53.
And it was easy.
Wow.
We needed 54 or more, and we got 84.
We got
84
just for Miami.
Loved it. Canes put up 36 in the second half. Cam Ward, the Canes quarterback, was 25 for 41 for 400 yards, 1 pick, but 5 touchdowns.
Nice.
5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Love that boy. Cam Ward's looking good. He had a bad game last week, and I'm like, he's going to turn it back up. And he did. Thank you, Mr. Smarty Pants. 1-1. Can we go 2-1, Sammy? What do we got?
All right, last game, Florida at number 2, Georgia. We took the over at 52.
Okay, it was Gators 13-6 at halftime.
Oh, that had to scare you a little bit.
Dreadful. Dreadful. We said 2 years ago, Georgia won 42-20. Georgia won 43-20 last year. I predicted 44-20, which would have been enough. What was the final?
Georgia 34-20.
34-20.
You know what? You're owing something though.
But that's over 52.
Yeah.
That hit, baby. Love it. Love it. 2-1. 2-1. That game came through. It was very tense. Yeah. Very tense. We needed everything at the end. They threw a pick at the end, and they punched it in. It was a nice win. 2-1.
Okay.
We're getting back to it.
It's a good week.
We're getting back to it. We're 0-3 last week, 2-1 this week.
I like it.
But for the season in college football, we are 12-17-1. We're inching back up. Let's see what let's see what the NFL did for us. NFL picks. All right, Sammy. Need to finish strong. Can we go 3-0?
Let's do it.
In NFL. What do we got first?
First up, Commanders at Giants. We took the Commanders team total over 22.5.
Okay. The Commanders were up 21-7 at halftime. So 22.5 looks promising. What was the final?
Giants 22 to Commanders 27.
27.
Here we go.
They didn't get a ton in the second half.
Doesn't matter.
They made it hard on me. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels was 15 for 22 for 209 yards, 2 touchdowns and 0 picks. He rushed 8 times for 35 yards. They seem to be bringing him back a little slow from his injury, but they're still winning. They are 7-2. The team's looking good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You can't argue with 7-2.
7-2. They're top of their division. We're gonna have to talk more NFL on the Thursday episode, but there might be some value in, I don't know, this team, but there's going to be a few diamonds in the rough for Super Bowl contention. We know the Dolphins are out.
Yeah. According to their quarterback, they're not.
Oh, yeah, he said there's
something like we're not out yet or something weird like that.
According to my buddy Stu, they're on their way for their run. He's also been saying this for the last several weeks and 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, we'll have to look into it. Commanders, a rookie quarterback's not going to take you all that far unless it's a really crazy situation like a Ben Roethlisberger or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Bears are learning that lesson.
The Bears.
We'll get to that in a minute.
All right. 1-0. What was the second game?
Jaguars at Eagles, and we took the over at 45.5.
All right. Hit me with it.
Eagles 28-23.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
2-0.
Oh, I love it.
It was 16-0 at halftime. Eagles were up, and I was like, oh. I took a Jaguars bet. God, I'm an idiot. And then they won. I was like, I'm so smart. So smart at gambling with my children's money, the security of my children. All right, Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars quarterback, was 16 for 31 for 169 yards, 0 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, he's struggling. He was the number 1 pick a couple years back. Everybody thought he was a golden boy coming out of Clemson. And if you talk to my buddy Richie, who's a huge Jaguars fan, and yesterday was his birthday, he's not happy. He is not a fan of where Trevor Lawrence is taking this franchise. It's not looking good. I don't know if they're going to fire their coach, if they're going to start over, but the Jags look rough. Mm-hmm. 0 points in the first half, and they're fairly healthy.
Yes.
Eagles are looking better. Saquon Barkley's tearing it up. He had 159 yards rushing, 40 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns. Did you see that backwards jump he did over that guy?
That was nuts.
He's doing 6 cuts.
I loved it.
How are his knees in good shape? I have to go get an MRI on my knee. And he's like, you might just be old. I'm like, God damn it. I'm 45. Ugh. Yeah, Saquon's playing his best football. Penn State did not deserve him. James Franklin ruined him like he did all these talented players who go to Penn State. I got more Penn State. And another thing. 2-0, Sam. Can we go 3-0?
Right.
What do we got?
Lions at Packers. We took the over at 48.
Hit me with it.
Lions 24-14.
Son of a bitch.
Damn it.
Damn it.
That was such a frustrating game.
It was.
Oh, my God.
It was. They were throwing it all over the place. They were, but it was a shitty, rainy game.
Yeah.
So they were destined to fail that one.
I think that one, because the line, I think, came down by game time, too.
It did.
And I was 44 or something like that.
I was like, oh, this is suspicious. Let me put more money on it.
Direction. Let me double down.
Yeah. Whenever the line moves like that, you have to research it and find. They're just trying to get idiots like me who are like, I like that price better. There's no reason why it's plummeting and the sharps are taking the under. Anyways, so yeah, you want to talk about the Bears? You want to talk about the Dolphins? Because
we have to talk about the Bears.
Both very disappointed.
Oh God.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Your pick in a second.
Yeah.
So 2-1 in Week 9 of the NFL. 18-20. We're almost there. We're almost getting into the winning.
Close.
18-20 for the NFL picks. PTP overall 29, 39-1. We're inching our way up. All right. Sammy's pick. What do we have, Sam? Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. All right, it was the Bears at Cardinals, and I took the Bears +1, thinking that after last week's debacle, the coaches would get in there, drill the shit out of their team, get them back on track. I thought it was going to be a close game. Cardinals 29 to Bears 9.
Just 9.
Oh, just 9. That was the most frustrating I've ever seen.
It's
Fire
awful.
the coaches. Fire them all.
Fire them all. Matt Eberflus is not a good head coach.
No, he's not.
He's not a good head coach. Caleb Williams thinks he's a little cuter than he is. He needs to be reeled in. They have given him a lot of good receivers.
They haven't given him a line.
Give him a line, but it's good enough.
That's not a reason for him to play bad. But
his line sucks, but he also gets back there. He starts dancing around. He starts doing his bullshit. That's what Deshaun Watson would do a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what got Deshaun kind of shipped to another team. And he was also weird, and he was also difficult. And I think the Texans fleeced the living shit out of the Cleveland Browns. And I'm seeing some concerning traits in Caleb Williams. He's young. He's only played 9 games or whatever. But him dancing back there, not running the offense right. They need to install an offense where he gets quick hits.
Yeah.
And he's just marching down the field and all this running around like he did at USC and Oklahoma. is not working all that well.
All right, but how much blame is on him versus coaching allowing that and not training him?
I absolutely agree.
Okay.
Absolutely, and they need to reel him in and say, here's the offense we're running. You need to go to your first or second option. Quick hits. The play calling needs to be conducive to that and getting him comfortable. And then if you have a 3rd and 12 and you have to improvise, because that isn't a skill set, then you start sending him on stuff like that. And you can endure that. But every play, he's getting back there, and he's just not letting everything develop, but he's not throwing the pass. He doesn't want to throw interceptions. His decisiveness isn't there. Maybe his arm strength isn't as good as we thought it was either. I don't know. But he looked small back there, and he was getting manhandled. Yeah. So he did not do well. The Bears are looking bad. The Dolphins are a major disappointment. Who else? God, there'll be a lot to talk about in the next episode. I got to find some winners. But 4-2 for the week.
I got to find some freaking winners.
So listen, maybe like just looking at things and scrolling while you're on the toilet and going like that one and that one.
That's where I do research on the toilet.
Yeah. So you're 2-6-1 on the season. Right. Dog of the week, Daisy Alexander. How did Daisy do for us?
All right. Well, we looked back at Lions at Packers. I took the Packers plus 3.5, and as we all know,
we already know
24-14.
That was a disaster. Sorry, Daisy. We love you. You're so cute.
I needed them to show up. That's it.
I guess he hates you. I guess he hates Australian cattle dogs. Man, blue heelers. Dutch loves you. How dare you?
I guess I only have room for one, Dutch in my life.
Yep. All right. Let's get some food, Sam. Let's try to cleanse our palates of this. The dog picks and the Sammy's picks. Kind of put a damper on my amazing picks. 4-2. Did I mention I was 4-2? I was 4-2. All right. Let's eat with Dave Carroll. Come on, Dave. Let's go, sis. Get something to eat.
Is this game day food?
Sammy, it's time for everybody's favorite game food. Fucking ballsack. Go.
Just go. Blooper reel or real time?
Well, I'll cut it later.
All right, yeah.
Sammy, it's time for everybody's favorite food game. Is this game day food? Okay, we have a very special guest.
Oh, yeah.
Our pal, Dave Carroll, former comedy legend in Chicago.
Thank you.
Because he was in Smart Corky shows.
Yeah.
That's right.
That we did. All right, what do we got? Let's try this.
We have the ghost pepper chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
All right, I like the little bag.
And because you gave me shit last time, I got it with the cheese and bacon.
Oh, I love it.
I did it for the bit, as you would say.
Very good.
So,
what did that cost you? $19 a sandwich?
Yeah.
All right, it looks pretty good.
See,
All right, Popeyes.
I like when they serve it in little bags, and you know it's going to be messy.
What's the jangle? Love some chicken. Chicken, please.
Popeyes. The only thing I hate is
chicken place.
I'm always skeptical of ghost pepper because you know it's not going to be as hot as they make it out to be.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
It will be.
We'll see about that.
That's my biggest fear is the ghost pepper.
All
so
right.
Here we go.
Cheers, boys. And then, Dave, you remember the rule, 6.4 or higher to be game day food considered.
Got it.
It's going to take a while to get to this ghost pepper sauce, so I have things planned.
I went as big as I could on that bite.
The ghost pepper's in the sauce?
The sauce, yeah, it's not like cooked in or anything.
Little hidden gem. Okay.
That's not just a fried ghost pepper. That would have been surprising.
I would have had to cancel the episode.
Sammy's weekends already have a lot of pressure on his backside, so.
Sorry, guys.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Let's get to it. While we're doing scores, I got a fast five.
Oh, yeah.
SNL
Nice.
edition, Saturday Night Live.
Love it.
Let's do the first one. Oh, these are the ringers. These guys came in for a year.
Okay.
Billy Crystal, legend, or Martin Short.
Oh, man.
Dave first.
They are both legends, man.
I got your sandwich score in here, too.
I'm going to go Martin Short. That dude can do,
What do you think?
do everything, my
Sammy?
man.
I'm saying Billy Crystal.
It's Martin Short.
Yeah!
For the win.
I did not like Martin Short when I was younger.
In your face.
Oh, he was so good.
Yeah.
I
How about
love
Captain
Martin
Ron,
Short.
bro? Captain Ron, dude. Clifford?
A little later, Clifford. Clifford.
Oh, you
Dude, the
would know
ghost
that.
peppers bring back all kinds of memories, dude.
Captain Ron.
Yeah.
Tina Fey or Amy Poehler. This is best on the show.
Oh, okay. On SNL.
Because later on, I think this is best on SNL.
Okay.
Because later on, I think they did some different stuff, and you could say, well, I liked Amy Poehler better on
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec or 30 Rock. On the show. Tina Fey mostly did Weekend Update.
Yes. But
Amy
Amy
Poehler
Poehler
did
can do
more stuff.
everything. Yeah, I'm gonna say Amy Poehler. I'm going Amy Peeps on this one.
If you say just Saturday Night Live, then it's Amy Poehler.
I agree. Amy Poehler. Tina Fey was the head writer, first female head writer. She's fantastic.
She's an amazing writer.
But she didn't do a lot of sketch stuff.
No,
That's
Right.
correct.
2 for 2, baby.
Yeah. Well,
Norm
It's a money
McDonald.
shirt, too.
Weekend Update.
Yes.
dude, that's going to be
Oh,
tough
yes.
to follow up Norm McDonald.
Yeah,
Two guys
yeah.
that predominantly did Weekend Update, or Dennis Miller. Now, you're going to jump to an answer here.
Yeah.
And you're right at the answer.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Norm Macdonald right off the
It's
bat.
Norm
Easy,
Macdonald.
dude.
It's correct. I just always
Yeah.
want to have a chance to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about Norm. But Dennis Miller was underrated. Dennis was really, really funny.
Yeah.
And he changed his politics throughout his career. He was a super liberal, then turned into a super conservative.
Yep.
And it's hard to do that and be funny in both.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
will say he was only funny on their side, and some will say, but
Yeah.
interesting guy, and I thought he did pretty good on Weekend Update.
I don't
Norm
think I'll
Macdonald.
ever be smart enough for Dennis Miller. Like I know is funny, but
Yeah.
like his jokes, I'm just like,
Some of them,
I
yeah.
need a master's to get,
Yeah,
get
people-
through this, dude, like a
well-
PhD or something.
And he said that too. He goes, sometimes I'll just throw something in, so they think they're laughing at something clever, The answer is always
But
Norm
his Monday,
Macdonald.
his Monday Night Football was terrible.
Oh, it was terrible.
Absolutely terrible.
Terrible. And everybody jobbed him. They were really getting on his case, and they're like, what do you, how do you think he'll do it? He goes, on Monday Night Football, he goes, that's the one with the bat, right? Like he didn't know the sport. I thought that was pretty funny. Molly Shannon
Oh, okay.
or Rachel Dratch?
I'm 50. Rachel Dratch, she
I love
crushed
Dratch.
whatever she did. Molly Shannon was a better all-arounder, though. I'm gonna go Molly Shannon, just all around Molly Shannon.
I don't like Molly Shannon. I'm going with Rachel Draft.
Yeah, it's close, but it's Molly Shannon.
Yeah,
never liked
bro, dude.
Toughest
4 for
one
4,
you'll get.
baby. Yeah.
This is tough. You're gonna get some time.
Okay.
We're gonna do our scores and then come back to this one. Chris Farley or Will Ferrell? Do your scores. Okay, Dave,
dude.
you gave this
Now, same thing. Is that just Saturday Night Live, right? Or
Just
all
Saturday Night
over? Okay. Okay.
just on Saturday Night. Dave, you like the sandwich. You gave it a 7.7.
Ooh, wait, hold on.
What do you think
I
you gave it,
agree. I
Sammy?
think he gave it a 7.8.
Now he's cheating.
Well, no. This is my real score, even though, despite the ghost pepper, which is not burning my mouth as much as I thought it would,
Yeah.
6.8, my man.
6.8. All right, it
like
qualifies.
that.
What do you think Sammy gave this?
Okay, hold on.
All right, Sammy.
Hold on, give me a second.
Sammy
wait,
loved
wait,
this.
wait. Okay, Sammy.
God, slows it down.
I know, my bad.
He's
my
thinking
bad.
about
Okay,
Farley
You've never
Okay.
played this game before.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
All right, Sammy.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you give Sammy, Dave?
Sammy went 8.3. He was in the zone.
8.4.
Oh!
Nah, 7.1.
What?
And only because it's just not spicy. Like, don't sell me a ghost pepper sandwich and then have it not be spicy.
That's why I
I'm
like
in the
it.
middle though, and it's getting spicier.
Dude, so am I. It's like Tabasco sauce spicy.
All right.
It's a good sandwich, but don't tell me it's spicy and then sell me that mild crap.
This
Wow.
is where I live, right in that mild spice
Someone
zone. my man.
didn't get his afternoon nap today.
You're right. It's been a rough day.
He's cranky. All right, Dave. What did I give this sandwich?
I think you loved it.
Yeah.
I think you loved it. I'm going heavy on a 9.2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, I agree,
to
but
the
I'm
roof.
saying 8.1.
I've never given a 9.2 on it.
I know.
Maybe when you fasted, you didn't have the burger. I give this a 7.9.
Okay.
It's
dude.
good.
If I just flipped it, yeah.
It's good. It's the breadings, it's a little bit overbearing, but it's a good chicken sandwich for what it is. What did this set you back, Sam?
For all three, it was only $20.
Deal.
That's not
All
bad at all.
You know what? That bumps it up a couple of extra points
Absolutely.
for me. But 7.9 solid. This is definitely game day food.
Take that into account, Subway.
Boom.
Oh yeah. Subway's like, we got spaghetti now.
Take that, Jared.
Don't worry about our subs.
And
Don't worry
we're
about
going to
our
charge
bad
you $20
subs.
for it.
Yeah.
Got spaghetti now.
Yeah.
God, I hope not.
Subway, we got spaghetti now. All right. The final question on Saturday Night Live:
Okay.
Chris
Oh, man.
Farley or
Oh.
Will Ferrell?
God, I gotta go classic. I love Will Ferrell so much, but I'm going classic. Farley, he can do it all.
I'm saying Will Ferrell, but it's unfair because Chris Farley wasn't lit on long enough.
Yeah,
That's why the answer is Will Ferrell.
Ah,
Well done. 1-1
so close,
though.
dude.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm going to get so much heat because I know some people that love Chris Farley, and I do too.
Yeah.
He's great.
And outside of it, with his whole body of work, I think Farley was a funnier human being.
Yeah.
Absolutely. His
Will
movies
Ferrell-
were better.
Will Ferrell
love Will.
killed it on Saturday Night Live, and he was almost like a Phil Hartman, where he could do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But Phil was just the best.
I'm sorry, yeah, we didn't have a Phil Hartman in that at all.
We have more. I don't know how to compare him to.
That's
I thought
true.
about Will Ferrell or Phil Hartman. But who would you
Yeah.
pick on that one?
That's a good one too. Legends. Legends. Oh man.
And did you ever watch when Chevy Chase did Weekend Update? Because he kind of created Weekend Update.
Yes.
And he was really good at it. And he said Norm Macdonald was the only other guy he thought did a good job on it.
Oh yeah.
Which I like the honesty in that.
Norm was
Yeah.
the best out of everyone that's been on it.
Norm was the
Yeah,
best.
I agree.
Yeah, fantastic. Rest in peace. Good friend. Never met him. Wish I did.
But we had a connection.
Yeah.
When he looked into the camera, he was looking at me.
He would have liked me. He'd be like, look at that fat guy eating a big chicken sandwich. I don't like anything. All right. This is another fantastic edition with Dave Caro of Is This Game Day Food? Next thing.
Sammy, what else is in the news?
Well, first up, presidential candidate Kamala Harris appeared on Saturday Night Live and broke the Federal Communication Commission's equal time rule.
Broken a rule?
Uh-oh, shame.
Shame.
Ms. Harris. Mrs. Harris.
Shame. Lorne Michaels, the legendary producer of SNL, said no candidates would appear on the show.
Yeah.
About a month ago, he told The Hollywood Reporter, he said it was implausible that either Trump or Harris would appear on the show given the clear federal rules. He said, here's a little, you ready for a little Lorne Michaels?
Yeah. It's
Who was the inspiration, if you don't know this, he was the inspiration for the Dr. Evil
I did hear that
impression.
Yeah,
I told
Dana
you that.
Carvey, I think, was
Carvey did the original one, and then Mike Myers stole it like
Yeah.
a bastard. Instead of saying, hey, Dana, why don't you be
Yeah.
Dr. Evil?
and never even apologized either.
No. So Lauren said, you can't bring the actual people who are running on because of election laws and equal time provisions. You can't have the main candidates without having all the candidates. And there are lots of minor candidates that are only on the ballot in like 3 states, and that becomes really complicated. It's true. You have to have everybody on. There's a law. It's from 1934. But the SNL writers and Lorne Michaels, he's the head of the show, they decided to say, screw that. We are using our platform.
It's an old law.
because we
Doesn't
were
mean.
all in this together. John Mulaney was the host. He was the head writer for the show for a long time. They're all in it together. And it ruins the show for me. It's just so partisan.
Yeah.
And they also had Tim Kaine on, who was the vice presidential candidate with Hillary Clinton.
I didn't realize Tim was on.
He was on there too. They did a pretty funny skit with that, but it's still so skewed. They bring her on. It's like, we hope you win, Kamala. You're the best, and we just love you, and blah, blah, blah. When Hillary lost, they played Hallelujah on the piano.
God.
It was so insufferable.
That was
and it's just
terrible.
Like, sorry, comedy show, that your show apparently voted for Hillary Clinton and then she lost. Like, get over it.
Mm-hmm.
This is so ridiculous that we're doing this on a comedy show. If it's The View, I get it, you know? But Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Colbert, all these guys, they all stump for one candidate, and it's obnoxious.
I don't care about any of their opinions.
No.
I want to laugh.
I want to laugh.
Say some jokes, do some impressions.
They add to the dread of this country.
Yeah.
They add to the dread of the world, the bad energy that we all have. Their job is to make you laugh, to make you forget about some of the horrible things in the world.
Yeah.
Your poor drinking water and the constant wars. Fuck off, people. But yeah, they're on there saying, we're going to break the rules because democracy is at risk. So we're going to we're changing all the rules of this. Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't.
SNL should be thrown off the air. Like, they should be punished. They should be fined. Everybody that participated in that thing should be strung up.
You know,
Okay,
they
too
found
far.
some kind of loophole. They found some kind of loophole. Otherwise, NBC wouldn't have allowed it.
I think they're just willing to pay the fines. They'll get fined, and all the they're like, if we get the new president, we're good. We don't care. We have people with big, deep pockets that will pay this fine. They'll gladly do it. All of these Hollywood types are going to pay the freight. So there's no penalty. Even this on Real Time with Bill Maher, this Jamie Raskin, who's a representative for Maryland.
Okay.
He said the Democrats will accept the result of a Trump victory only if they believe it's a free and fair election. I'm sorry. Wasn't this what they were saying? They were so scared of Trump?
Russia.
Oh my God. Is everyone lost their mind?
Oh, yeah.
Again, that's the thing where you should say, look, here's why I don't want Trump winning. It's not because of that he's going to give tax cuts to billionaires. It's because people stormed the Capitol. And he didn't say, don't do that for a couple hours. That's a good one.
I can understand why you're mad at him.
There's
for that.
some things that you can say that are legit criticisms. Like, that's the fear. But now they're saying, well, if we don't feel like this election is free and fair, we're going to storm the Capitol.
Oh, man.
God damn it.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, my Lord. Bill Maher show causing World War VII.
Can we get enough viewers that we can buy an island somewhere?
Yeah.
I will clearly run for vice president.
Yeah,
I'm
you can-
okay
I'll be
with
the
that.
president.
That is okay for me.
I'll be an evil dictator for one day out of the year.
There you go. Good
It'll
one.
be the purge.
Yeah.
It'll be the
Perfect,
purge.
yeah.
One day out of the year, just the dicks. We'll get all the dicks off the island. Mm-hmm. All right. Tell me some better news, Sam.
All right, legendary music producer Quincy Jones has died at the age of 91.
That's not better.
That is not good at all.
But Quincy Jones is a legend.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Quincy Delight Jones Jr.
That's his middle name?
Delight.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's awesome.
I love him more.
He was born in Chicago's South Side, March 14th, 1933. Grew up in grinding poverty during the Depression. His grandmother trapped, wait for this. His grandmother trapped and cooked rats when food was scarce. Holy moly.
Oh.
If kids around here get the wrong Lunchable, if they get crust on their Uncrustables,
That's it.
they're having therapy sessions.
They're calling in the police to get their parents locked up.
Yeah, calling the police. They're throwing their iPads at their parents when they're 6.
Wow.
At 7, he saw his mother, musically gifted but emotionally troubled, wrestle into a straitjacket and institutionalized for schizophrenia.
Oh. At 7. That sticks with you.
Oh, God. His father was a master carpenter. He was on the payroll of a notorious black street gang. And Quincy said he saw lots of dead bodies, Tommy guns, piles of money in back rooms. Said it was a rough upbringing. His father was mostly absent, and his stepmother raised him. And she showed a distinct preference for her own children and often beat them. He said when he was 12, he fought back and knocked the hell out of her. But you can't sit and whine about that. I like people that have been through a lot and say, "Here's what happened to me, but I didn't let it destroy me."
No, he was a delight. He could have,
He was Delight Jones.
He could have easily grown up to be the biggest prick in the world.
Yeah.
And he was awesome.
Oh, he could have decided I have an in with the gangs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there.
Gonna go that route.
But he decided you know what? My mother was a gifted musician. I feel like it's in my blood.
Yeah.
And he became a musician, and then he became a legendary producer. He produced Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. Amazing album.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing album. Then he's like, hold my beer, Thriller. Would you like some Thriller?
So good.
I guess his process was he liked to get the artist, lock him in the studio with him, and they just work, didn't sleep. And he felt the pressure kind of made the diamonds.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting. And to hear the music the way you're supposed to hear the music and say, that goes there and that goes there. And he had a weird way of speaking. He would use a lot of food metaphors. He would tell the artist, he'd put a little garlic salt on that. I don't know, what does that mean? But I guess if you hear it and you hear the music the right way,
In the moment, that made sense, I'm sure.
you got to hear the music of life, baby. When your heart's calling you got to figure it out.
A lot of musicians now probably took that lock-in thing because they all lock themselves in now into the studio, and I'm sure they got it from him.
Yeah. He produced Sinatra.
Wow.
He said Sinatra was a tough guy to handle.
Yeah.
And he's known for being a world-class Italian prick. And then he started getting into movie producing. Steven Spielberg directed The Color Purple.
Okay.
Quincy Jones was a producer of that. And he said, there's a Chicago talk show host that I think would be good for it. And he handpicked Oprah, and Oprah was in that.
And he was right.
And
nobody else would have thought Oprah, but he was right.
Yeah. He produced We Are the World.
That's cool.
That single made
Huge.
$50 million for charity.
That's huge.
$50 million. He got all those people in a room. There's a documentary on it, I believe, on Netflix that I
Yes.
watched. It was
Yes,
very
there
good.
is. Mhm.
He wrote the song Soul Bossa Nova. Do you know Soul Bossa Nova?
I don't know.
Do you remember the beginning of Austin Powers? And they're dancing in the street.
Yeah, it's kind of like that flute.
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
That's Soul Bossa Nova.
He wrote that?
That's his song.
Good.
Soul Bossa Nova is so great in Austin Powers.
It is perfect for Austin Powers.
He had a major influence on a ton of artists. LL Cool J called Jones a father and an example at a time when I truly needed a father and example. What a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
He said, you gave me wisdom. You gave me opportunities and shared wisdom. Music would not be music without you. My condolences to the entire family. I love you. Rest in the sweetest music eternally. That's a nice thing.
It is very nice.
Do you know what LL Cool J stands for?
Ladies love Cool James.
Son of a bitch, you got
I
one.
love LL Cool J.
They sure do. Cool ass James. Ladies love Cool James. James, what's his last name? Oh, I got you.
What
James
is it?
Smith.
Oh, that's a terrible last
You
name.
can't rip with Mr. Smith. That's a terrible last name.
For a rapper.
Okay.
No, I mean for a rapper.
You're gonna hear it.
Oh no, I'm not talking about a terrible last name for a rapper. You know, you can't act all badly. Yeah, I'm Mr. Smith.
Wait for some comments.
Yeah, I know what's coming out.
Tupac was engaged to one of his daughters.
That's so random.
Tupac was engaged. Where's our pictures? He was Khadija Jones. This, yeah, that's I don't recognize her, but she was married, engaged to Tupac. That's Rashida Jones, who was on The Office, was excellent in The Office.
Parks and Recreation, she's really good.
Yeah, Parks and Recreation was fantastic. Is Ann Perkins, and that is their mother, Peggy Lipton, who is a beautiful actress from the 70s, I believe. She was on the Mod Squad, and they had Quincy had 7 children altogether.
Wow.
But Tupac said a little something that maybe made the relationship a little strained. He said in a 1993 interview for Source magazine that Quincy Jones had messed up his kids by only having sex with white women. Oops. And then he meets his daughter, Quincy's daughter, in 95 in a club and fell madly in love with her.
Oh man.
Yeah, and they got engaged, and she was with him when he was killed in Vegas.
Oh, she was.
She was with him.
I
Yeah,
didn't
they
know
were
that.
together for a couple months.
Okay.
She wrote in Quincy's autobiography that Tupac was the love of her life. They lived for a few months together, and then he was murdered. It was the most horrible thing that ever happened to me. She said we never should have gone to Vegas. Obviously, I mean it was the worst. But yeah, so he's got a major stamp on the world of music,
Everything.
movies.
Yeah.
Producing all this stuff. So massive talent. Was known to have some really great stories. He was very well liked. And rest in peace, sir. You had quite a run.
Oh, he was amazing. when he did.
91 years.
So to achieve what he did was just absolutely amazing. Especially now that I know where he came from.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just blown away.
South Side, baby.
Mm-hmm.
South Side eating rats.
He wasn't given anything. He built everything.
No. When you eat rats,
Yeah.
and then you end up being like a major influencer, probably hundreds of millions of dollars,
Easily.
and just do what he did. You got to be impressed with that.
Absolutely.
All right. It's election day. Go out there. Do what you do. I don't care who you vote for, but go vote this one.
Yeah, see, don't be like me.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I do care who you vote for. I do care. But at least if you're going to be a dick about it, at least show up to the polls and do something.
Yeah.
So, and if your candidate doesn't win, be an adult. Be an American, not a baby. Grow the fuck up. Thanks for watching the Point Second Podcast. Follow us on X at Point Second Pod. Follow us on Instagram at Point Second Pod. You're welcome for your scolding.
Yeah. And tune in next week for the next lecture that we're going to give you
Lecture.
about your life and why we hate it.
If you like religion, fine. Don't bring it in my face. Prediction? You had a presidential prediction?
No.
I don't have one on the president.
I don't.
But prediction? Next episode, you're still going to have a roommate.
Okay. Got it. It's a good chance.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the Thursday episode if the world is still here. Bye, everybody.